Hello everyone. Today we are starting new chapter, the flower. In this chapter, we will study about the internal parts of a flower, pollination, fertilization, formation of fruit, parts of fruit, seed and germination. Let's start with parts of flower. This is the structure of internal part, showing internal part of a flower. This is the alus of a flower, or particular section of a flower. See, flower is the most colorful, most beautiful part of a plant which serve as a reproductive organ, and it is attached to a shoot by means of flower stalk that is called pedicle, and above the pedicle there is a slightly swollen portion, this which is called thalamus. Thalamus is the portion from where the different floral parts arise. Here you can see in this structure different floral parts are arising from the thalamus. Now whenever you examine a flower and open it, then you will see the floral parts are arranged in such a way that you can call them whorl, यानी एक के बाद एक परत में वो arrange होते हैं. In such a way that we call them whorl. There are 4 whorls you will find in a flower. The first one here, sepal, then petal, then these are androecium and gynoecium, like this. These 4 whorls are there. The first one is here, sepal. Sepals form the first whorl of a flower. Sepal, these are small green leafy structures, and this is from the first whorl of the flower. This is the outermost whorl. This is outermost whorl. And what is its function? When the flower is in the form of bud, that time it enclose it and protect it. It enclose the bud and protect it from any damage. This is the main function of sepal. You will find sepal in green color. Mostly these are in green color. Now this one is first whorl, and after this now second one. Second one is petal. Petals form the second whorl. The whorl made by sepal is called calyx, and the whorl made by petal is called corolla. This one is corolla, second whorl. Corolla forms the second inner whorl. It is made up of structures called petals. Petals are usually colored white, but you will never find them green. But they are having different colors except green. And it is the function of petal that they make the flower attractive, colorful, so that insects visit the flower and do pollination in flower. In some cases, what happens? Sepal remain absent in some flowers, and in some petals are fused with sepal. Sepal and petal both are fused together in some flowers. So this one is first whorl, calyx. This one is second, corolla, and now come to the third whorl. Third whorl, it is made up by male reproductive organ, that is androecium. That is called androecium. Here I have draw a detailed structure of stamen. This is the male reproductive part of plant which forms. Here there is filament. In stamen there is a filament which attach it to the thalamus portion, and this make the third whorl. And on the filament there is anthers. Anther is having pollen sacs in it, which contain the pollen grains in it. This is the male reproductive part of a flower, which form the third whorl. This one, it is androecium. Now after this, what is the function of stamen? It produces pollens which having male gametes in it, which will during fertilization fuse the female gamete and then produce the seed. Here pollen grains which contain the male gamete in it. Now after that, the innermost layer, it is the fourth and innermost whorl of the flower. It is made up of carpel or the pistil. This is called carpel or also called pistil. The pistil is further made up of 3 parts. See, here it is given a detailed structure of carpel or pistil, the female reproductive part. The first one here, fused, very swollen area here present. It is called ovary. Ovary is having ovules in it, arranged in different shapes. In different flowers, it is arranged in different forms. And there is a style, and on the style there is stigma. Stigma is the place from where the pollen attach to this place. Pollen come and attach here, and then they get inside the style through style and reaches to the ovary to fuse the ovules. And ovules, these are having female gametes in them, which fuse with male gametes and form seeds. So this way, female reproductive part, carpel or pistil, these are the this is the structure of carpel or pistil. Here it is the internal part of the whole of the internal part of a flower. Carpels are the female reproductive part of flower, and stamen are the male reproductive part of flower. See, whenever the flower is having all the four whorl, this one is, I have told you, the fourth one is gynoecium. The fourth whorl is, that's why it is gynoecium. So first one is here calyx, this one, second whorl is corolla, third one is androecium, and fourth one is gynoecium. These are the 4 whorls present in a complete flower. And whenever there is any one of them is absent in a flower, that flower is called incomplete flower. That flower is not a complete flower. But the flower having all the 4 whorls is called a complete flower. Means if you see a bisexual flower, this is the type, this you will study during the type of flowers. In bisexual flowers, the both androecium and gynoecium, both the female reproductive parts are present. In bisexual flowers, you will find all the 4 whorls, including calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Means both the reproductive parts, male and female, both reproductive parts you will find in a bisexual flower. That's why it is called a complete flower. But in unisexual flower, either male reproductive part is present or either female reproductive part. Means either there is stamen or either there is carpel you will find. So unisexual flowers are called incomplete flower. In some flowers you will see there is at calyx portion there is this two type of structures are present like this. This one is apicalyx, and above this is this calyx. Means when the flower is attached to the stem, here 2 type of structures you will find. Here it is apicalyx, and above it is, this one portion is calyx. So what we studied in this LS of flower, why flower is needed in a plant. These are needed for sexual reproduction in a plant. These are reproductive organ of a plant. For sexual reproduction, a plant need a flower which contains the female and male organs in it, having male and female gametes in it. So in flower parts, here thalamus is also called receptacle, which is having all the whorl in it, receptacle. This is one more name of thalamus, on which the whorls are arranged at its base. And the first one whorl is calyx, sepal. Sepal is the name of single petal. These can be of colored also. In some of the plants, these are also found in different colors. This one is single is sepal, and the whole of and in some flowers the sepals may be of differently colored, and the sepals cover and protect the inner part of the flower in bud stage. All the sepals together called calyx. Sepals, when you take all the bunch of the sepal, all the sepals together, this is called calyx. And after this, the second word is corolla. Corolla is also all the petals together is called corolla. When we take all the petals taken together, this is called corolla. Corolla. And its function is to attract the insect and to protect the reproductive organ which contain it. This is the function of corolla. And after this, the third word is androecium. Androecium, it is the long cylinder. It is having a filament which is long cylinder filament, and on it there is a swollen portion that is called anther. It is a broad portion which is having pollen grains on it, and pollen grains are yellowish powdery substance which contain the male gamete or male nucleus in it. After that, the innermost one is gynoecium. Gynoecium is having, it is attached to the receptacle here and having a swollen portion which is called ovary. In ovary, it contains ovules in it, having a long structure, long stalk, slender-like stalk. This is called style, and on it it is stigma. It is mentioned from it is a style, and it is stigma. Here it is stigma. On stigma, pollen grains are shown which are sticked on the stigma. From there, pollen reached to the ovary to fertilize the female gamete present here in the ovary. Now, what is fertilization? The fusion of male gamete present in pollen grain with female gamete present in ovule to form a new cell, that is zygote, is called fertilization. Now, how it happens? See how it happens in a flower. The fertilization how takes place in a flower. Whenever pollen comes and fall on a stigma, when the pollen is of the same species, then it will start developing into a pollen tube. But when it is of another species, then what will happen? Then it will destroy. It will destroy by the enzymes secreted by the stigma. So, when the pollen of the same species fall on the stigma, it will start developing pollen tubes. This is pollen tube. Many pollen tubes started developing, but only one or two reaches up to the ovary of the flower. And this pollen tube, when reaches to the ovary of the flower, the male gamete present in pollen tube, two male gametes present in a pollen, which through pollen tube reaches to the micropyle of entry of the ovary. How these male gametes move into the pollen tube? These are non-motile. Basically, these male gametes are non-motile. They can't move their own self. Some enzymes or some enzymes released in this pollen tube which move the pollen, which move these male gametes and bring them to the micropyle or entry point of the ovary. From there, this male gamete reached into the ovary, and here it fuses the egg cell. This one is egg cell. Here this male gamete fuses the egg cell, and then male gamete plus egg cell, and formation of zygote take place. In this way, fusion of male gamete and female gamete take place and formation of zygote take place. This is called fertilization. The fusion of male gamete and female gamete within the ovary is called fertilization. Now see what happens. After fertilization, the ovule present in ovary, it develops into seeds, and the ovary, it develops into fruit. Not in all cases, but in some cases it develops into fruit, and in some other cases it in different forms. And what happens with sepal and petal? They fall off. They fall off from the flower, and the fruit start forming. So whenever this seed get favorable condition, it develop into a new plant. In this way, the fertilization take place in a flower. It is in a short, in your syllabus it is in a short way, so we are explaining in very short method. Otherwise it is a very complicated process. The fertilization of male gamete and female gamete is a very complicated process. You will study about this in your higher classes. Okay, thank you.